All right, welcome to another Bragging Rights. This is a weekly hobby progress update. We have here the characters for the Battle of Clontarf that I've been working on this week. This first one, I should say, I didn't paint these two minis. I just rehabilitated them, added a banner, and fixed them up a little bit. So this is Sigurd the Stout, who would have been one of the Norse belligerents in the battle. Who he died as well in the battle. I've got these are footsore minis on here. I've got them on a 40mm base. I've got some Dejima 1 Tufts, which I'm going to have Dejima 1 on almost all of these minis. And then the banner is from Little Big Man Studios from their Norse Gale line. Now normally there's like 4 streamers that come off the side, but I just clipped those off because I couldn't be bothered on that particular day. He's got a nice hammer of Thor coming around his neck, a lot of blades, extra weapons. It's pretty cool. I might do some blood effects on that head and on his arm and on the axe, but as usual, I like to make sure that I've got a good dull coat on there before I apply the blood. Okay, so just staying on the Norse vein, we have Brodair of Isle of Man. He is legendary slayer of Brian Boru, and he was later killed by Ulf the Quarrelsome, Brian Boru's brother. So we've got him here again from Footsore. This is the official Footsore Brodair model. I gave him a little bit of royal purple and then some yellow to contrast that, and had some purple in the flowers as well because I just wanted to kind of tie those two colors throughout the model, and the orange has a nice contrast as well there. Normal basing gel from Vallejo, their Dark Earth series. A new innovation on my side is I found a perfect color match for the Dark Earth in the Army Painter paints. So now I'm painting around the feet with that perfect color match so that I don't really have to get in there with the basing gel quite as diligently. It's helping out. So I'm going to keep doing that with all my basing gel. We just mentioned him, Ulf the Quarrelsome, Brian Boru's brother. In this case, much younger brother. This is Footsore Miniatures, and this guy I really like. I went with the color scheme as depicted on Footsore's site, so I just really like the cloth pattern. The model has a defect that I want to point out, but like, look at the front. I really like the detail, like the mustache, the hair. I just think he's got a cool pose, like large Dane axe. I wish the head was came down a little further, but it's pretty cool. Look at that defect. Came kind of clipped back there. I don't know what caused that, but I chose to, well, I was already painting when I noticed it, and by then I just didn't want to clip it off. Normally I probably would have clipped it off and tried to save that. Without pointing it out though from a table, you know, think of that, that's kind of table height. You might notice a little something different, but it's not going to be major. I'm not too worried about it. So a little bit of imperfection, which is a bummer because Footsore is usually really great. The other thing is this axe. I hit it with the bush, but the axe stops like right where this bush starts. In the web pictures, it shows it going all the way down to the ground. My axe certainly didn't. Not a big deal. I was able to cover it up with the bush. We have here, I think he's Olaf the Bald. I'm just using him as a, in some of the scenarios you need to bring a soldier or an advisor or things like that. So that's what he's going to be. Maybe someday he'll be something else on one of my other forces. I do like the big puffy pants he has. I did only glue him down with kind of Elmer's hobby glue. So if I ever need to, I can rip him off the base, rebase him. Got a Little Big Man Studios shield on there too. And then finally for this set of characters, actually we'll do one more before we do that. In my Frosthaven game, this is a trapper for Frosthaven. Pretty cool little guy. I guess I should have asked for called spoilers, but oh well, what's done is done. He's got a little sled with traps. I gave him the snow basing as I do with all my Frosthaven characters. This guy did have a little bit of vegetation pointing through, and I went with a much warmer set of tones than I do with most of my Frosthaven stuff. This is because the artwork for this guy is very green and yellow, so I wanted to make sure that really shone through. All right, finally for this battle we have Brian Boru, and this is the footsore model for Brian Brew. This is him old. I have another model that I use as him young, when he's just kind of gathering up the kingship. But it's him with a banner bearer, and this is a banner this is the first set of banners I've done from Little Big Men Studios. I really liked them. It was pretty awesome to do, and these patterns are great, and they become pretty solid if you prep them with glue and then paint the edges, and then I've dull coated these to try to get rid of some of the gloss, but it also adds a little bit more rigidity to them. I think can be really helpful for the lifespan of this. We'll see how durable it is and how it stands up to gaming, but for now I really like it. I don't plan to field this guy as Brian Brew too often, as it's a legendary option in Saga. I will be fielding him as a warlord with banner, and I'm going to pair him with my wandering bard as well, just because I think that could be a pretty fun little combo. All right, well, that's all the painting for the week. I hope you have a great upcoming week, and we'll speak again soon.